Welcome to Evolutionaries Podcast. I'm Carmen Volake.
I'm Randy Harrington.
And we have been asked occasionally how we met, or how did I come to join in partnership with you. And there's actually a very specific moment where all of that came to be.
It is true. Now, we knew each other for years.
Way back, yeah.
Back in the old U of O days.
Yeah.
I knew of you as a debater.
Yes.
In
college kid with big, bright eyes, ready to take on the world.
I was working on my PhD at the University of Oregon, and the debate team at the time was legendary. Amazing. And you were a part of that team.
Yeah, and it was quite exciting. And then later in life, we would see each other at weddings and things like that, because that group all sort of grew up together. But and then of course I knew you as I was working in credit union land and all of these other things. But one day, while I was in my office just doing my management thing, I got a call from you, and you said, "Hey, Carmen, would you like to come and speak with me?" I had just my group had just won a couple of national awards for best practices in leadership programs and overall organizational training programs, and so it was off of that. And you said, "Would you like to come and speak with me in Miami in front of about 500 board of directors and CEO people, and we're going to talk a little bit about what it takes to build a world-class training program."
Right.
And
because you got it, and I knew you got it.
We had been doing a few little projects together, and so I, of course, said yes. And then I hung up the phone and felt immediately nauseous, because I knew it was an opportunity. I knew I wanted to do that, but I also knew that you were a phenomenal speaker. And I think I'm good. But I felt like when I got up on a stage next to you,
that's weird.
it was just going to be a disaster.
Oh, no.
So, but that didn't stop me.
No. There was never that was never a problem. And to be honest, we had several months.
Well, this was, you probably called me in September or October, and this was going to happen in January.
Yeah, right.
So
we had time. We've got all the time in the world.
Time, I'll be fine.
We can work it out.
Which is why I said yes. And you said, okay. And so, over the next few months, we'll get together, we'll meet, it'll be great. And then, the next thing I know, you had to go to Hawaii for some stuff with your mom. And then after that, you had to go with some Microsoft executive to adopt some babies in India. And that's a whole other podcast. But, you were busy. A few things came
busy
up.
guy.
Yeah, and so it never worked out. We never got together. And then, it was about 3-4 days before we were leaving.
I forgot about India.
Before we were leaving to go. And you said, okay, here, this is going to be fine, because we'll get together.
That's right.
I'd
forgotten that. The day before. We'll fly in the day before. We'll meet. We'll have plenty of time.
We'll have a whole day to
just work this out. I mean, how hard could it be?
And, I speak also in my organization.
Very fine.
And so I'm thinking a day. That's no
Plenty.
problem. We can do that. That'll be fine. Of course, this is winter.
Right.
And we're talking about flying across the country.
To Miami.
We were coming from different places, so we were on different planes, getting in at different times with different connections. I, at this time, was not the road warrior that we are today. And so I didn't know that when you're speaking at a conference, it's wise not to check your luggage with the things you were going to wear for the conference.
I'd forgotten that too.
Yeah, so I put on a pair of jeans and
sure, your travel clothes.
My travel clothes, and I mean, no, I didn't even have toiletries with me. Everything's checked. Yes, and so off we go. And of course my luggage gets lost. Bad weather, all sorts of things happen, and so I'm supposed to get in now at like 10 p.m.
Okay.
And
the speech is at 8 a.m. or something like that.
9 a.m.
9 a.m. the
morning.
next day, yeah.
And you're supposed to get in more like 6 p.m.
Right.
So you say, hey, it's no problem as soon as you get in. I mean, I'll get some stuff together before you even get here.
It all worked out.
And then as soon as you get in, and this is exactly how you said it, you said, well, we'll go out on the beach. We'll have a beer. I'm also thinking the weather, but it was nicer there. We'll go out on the beach. We'll have a beer, and we'll just talk it through. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, okay, it's still okay. It's still going to be okay. It's okay. It's fine. So anyway, I don't get in until midnight. My luggage gets lost. I go to the hotel and they say, well, you're supposed to call every half hour to check on your luggage. And so every half hour until 3 a.m. I'm calling.
Oh my goodness.
And then they finally say, your luggage is in. It'll arrive tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So now I can go to sleep. You did not get in until like 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
That's right.
So your plane was beyond delayed.
That's right.
So
I went straight into the ballroom, essentially.
Yeah. So you're in the ballroom. I go to the ballroom in the same clothes that I've now been in for 40 hours. And no toiletries or anything, so my hair's just sort of everywhere. No makeup. I shuffle in there. See you across the room. You're wearing a combat utility kilt, no shoes, and blue glasses. I walk up to you. You look at me, and you go, "You look great." I used a couple 4-letter words in response, and said, my luggage is not here, blah, blah, blah. And so I went back out, waited for my luggage, and it finally arrived, the 11th hour. I did the most amazing 15-minute makeover that's ever happened.
I thought you looked fabulous.
In a conference bathroom. Came out in my suit, ready to go. I walk up. You're already on stage. You're setting stuff up. I walk up to you, and you turn to me, and you say, okay, off the top of your head, what are the 3 things that people absolutely must do to build a world-class training program?
That's it.
And I said, okay, off the top of my head, it would be A, B, and C. And you said, I'll set you up. And that was that.
That was that.
And we proceeded to do an impromptu hour-and-a-half keynote. And I believe, if my memory serves me, we got a standing ovation.
I think we did. It was a high-energy presentation. Because it was born from fear.
Yes.
Fear and doom.
And then people came up afterwards, as they do, and they said they were shaking your hand and doing the thing with you, and they said, she's great. Is she speaking with you later this afternoon? And you said yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
No. I didn't even know what the topic was. So anyway, we got through the afternoon,
But there you go.
The rest is history.
It's funny how much of that story I've forgotten. To be with you.
It wasn't as traumatic for you.
It wasn't as traumatic for me. It was very normal. That was standard operating procedure. Yeah. The kilt was the biggest thing I was worried about at that point. Once that got sorted out, everything was fine. But I knew when I asked you to do the speech in the first place that you had what it took to walk out there and just hit a home run. And being able to quickly operationalize your ideas in simple, clear language, these are the top 3 things you need to know. So it's not about being bombastic. It's not about being fly and, kind of quick on your feet. It's about having clarity and relevance for the audience. And that, at the end of the day, is what you delivered. And that's why the audience was appreciative. And they don't give a hoot about your genes or your...
Yeah. Well, thank you. I think the other really big takeaway from, this is just a fun story, and it's sort of the how did Carmen and Randy start all this story, but another big piece of it, we're certainly not recommending that people go out and do impromptu keynote speeches for audiences of 500.
These are professionals. Don't try this at home.
But I'll say, another reason that really worked is because we did have a history, and I trusted you.
Yeah. And feelings mutual. I knew you had what it takes to walk up there and knock it out. So at the end of the day, what we said was, or what I remember saying to you, the thing I do remember saying is saying when you decide you want to stop being an executive, give me a call and we'll find a place for you working in the crazy world we call consulting. And now you never check your bag. And
That's right.
you are the rollerboard queen. You have everything all buttoned up.
I have a system now. That'll never happen to me again.
No, and it was a lot of fun then. It's a lot of fun now. If you ever get a chance to go hear Carmen speak, it's absolutely a wonderful experience. And we're trying to work out some opportunities to maybe go out and do some speaking together again. It's difficult.
It's difficult, but it's difficult
schedules
because
don't permit.
It's hard for the schedules, but we sure love to do it, and that's why we do the Evolutionaries podcast. And we hope that you'll join us again next time.
Sometimes I don't speak right.